So when I went to baseball games, when I first started going to baseball games, it was mainly with my parents because I would go with my parents. My parents, they're baseball fans. They're even more baseball fans now because I've gotten them into it. But they would, or any family, grandparents, parents, they'd like to go at the start of the game and they'd like to leave at the end of the game. That makes sense, because you go for the game. You don't go for all the other stuff. And I realized that, like at the end, I'd run the bases. But probably around when I was a teenager was when I started looking like, wow, that's pretty cool that you could get a foul ball, but getting a foul ball in game is almost impossible. So you have to go during BP, batting practice. That for
Yeah.
non-baseball fans, that's about an hour and a half, maybe to an hour before the game. Usually you won't see the home team. You'll usually only see the visiting team. They'll be wrapping up BP and you could go stand like deep foul territory. You could stand in the, where home runs, the left field, right field, where they'll fly. And to me, it was about when I was a teenager, that was really cool. And I'm sure my family can attest to that because they just want to go right when the game started. I'm like, no, I want to go 2 hours early so I can get in and catch some foul balls. So, and I never I got into it, but I never super got into it. It was only for a couple of years, and then I got busy in life, and then and then I ended
Yeah.
up being like my parents. It's like, I just want to go in 30 minutes before pitch. I don't need to go in for all that. But for a couple of years, I was out there. I probably got about 5 baseballs, and if you're on YouTube, if in the baseball community, there's this guy named Zach Hample. And if you know anything about getting baseballs, you probably know who Zach Hample is. He collects baseballs for a living. It's his living. He's got pictures of pyramids of baseballs. His house is just full of MLB baseballs. He'll go to a game and get 10 baseballs, and that's average for him. A good day might be more like 15, but check out his YouTube channel. We'll try to link it. I definitely have mixed feelings on Zach Hample. Back in 2016, he went to a Fort Bragg baseball game that was supposed to be for veterans only. He somehow, snuck in there. So that's always kind of tarnished my reputation of him. I think it's a cool hobby, but on the baseball side of it, me and Jake here are about to debate this a little bit is what is too far. We got some scenarios about what is too far when it comes to getting a baseball, specifically from a kid. Because if it's from another guy, you hit a foul ball, another guy's there. If you catch it, you win, right? I would say
Yeah.
my general rule of thumb, we're going to do the scenarios, but a little bit to understand my thinking. My general rule of thumb is you shouldn't have to put your hands on anybody. Even if it's just if you can't catch it without putting your hands on someone, especially a kid, that should be
You
self-explanatory.
seen it.
For some people, it's not self-explanatory. But to me, even adults, if you have to put your hands on someone to get the baseball, you're going too far. That's my general rule of thumb. But Jake, do you have any general rule of thumbs? I guess before we get to the scenarios.
So if when I go to a baseball game, and I catch a foul ball, I like to kind of look around, see if there's a kid I can give it to, because I don't need that foul ball. That kid's going to have a memory of a baseball game forever, though. So,
I I
yeah.
okay, so I did this. This is actually not in the scenario, so I want to address this first. Is I would not. And no offense, but you got to realize how rare it is to get a foul ball. Like we could
Yeah,
say we're going to get a foul ball. I've never
it's
gotten one,
rare,
but
yes.
yeah,
It's
but
rare, but if you're an adult, you probably have more than, let's say 4 or 5. That kid might not have any.
I don't think
So
so.
you never know.
My uncle and my dad have their I won't say their age, but they're grown adults and they've been trying all their life. They don't have one. So if you have 4 or 5 live foul balls in a game, go for it. I just have not met a lot of people who have. I think it could be the right situation to give a kid. Would I do it? No, but I think it would. I've given how they do the t-shirt cannons and they toss them up there. I've given that to a kid before. But a baseball, since I've never caught one, again, I'm not going to jump in front of a kid and take that. That's just terrible, but which we're
Yeah,
going to
no.
talk to in a little bit. But I'm just saying, if I caught a foul ball and I caught it fair and square, I'm keeping the ball. But anyways, let's get to some scenarios to really break it down. So first one, we kind of touched on a little bit. Say you were going there was a kid in the area, but you weren't jumping in front of them. There was a foul ball and a home run, and it's coming right towards you. Is it right to keep that baseball? I think you kind of answered this already, but what do you think?
Mm, I'm gonna stick with no.
I'm
I
gonna
wouldn't keep it. I wouldn't keep it.
Okay, that's
I will
personal
give it to the
preference. I
kid.
would. I would. So we already kind of addressed on that one. So what about a batting practice home run? You have it. It's easier to get these. Keep in mind, it's way easier getting batting practice home run than an actual home run. You have it. You got the ball. Are you keeping it or giving it away?
Yeah, way easier to get one. I'm giving it away as well.
I
I mean,
think.
I
Go ahead.
look in my so going to baseball games, obviously I haven't caught like 4 or 5 foul balls in one game, but I've been to several baseball games where I have caught a foul ball. And this could be minor league baseball,
You've
this
caught
could be
several.
major league
Oh,
baseball.
minor league. That's different. That's
I've
different. I'm talking
been
major
it's
league. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean it's a baseball. It's the same thing. It's the baseball.
No, not quite, because there's 40,000 fans at one and 3,000 fans at the other. But the baseball part of it, sure, but the catching part of it, no, it's not the same. And I will debate you on
So
that. But
so
uh,
anyway, like I was saying, I've caught several foul balls in the several games that I've been to. I I have tons of baseballs at home. I don't feel the need to keep any. If there's a kid there, I'll give it to them. I mean, you
okay,
know,
so I'm gonna assume then that you pretty much just said you feel the need you're gonna give away all them. So let me run through the rest of the
yes,
scenarios just really quick. So foul ball, home run during or batting practice home run, I'm keeping that. I am. I think I am. Batting practice foul ball, I'm gonna keep that. Here's the one where would agree with you. Toss up. Um, I don't need a toss.
yeah,
Like part of it for me is I want to earn that. I want to catch the ball. To me, more of a toss up's for a kid. So if I get a toss up, I'll look at it, look at the little emblem, I'll give it to the kid. But if it's the foul ball, I think I earned that. Now here's the other one where I would agree with you is my last scenario, which was more than one ball. If you already had a ball on the day, I wouldn't pull it as Zach Hample. And yes, I understand that it's his career. I think, he's a little bit of a jerk with it, but you know what? It's his career. He's made his living. Good for him. I would not. If I already had one ball, I'm definitely giving another to the kid.